Hello. Hi, everyone. Hope I'm coming through okay. Hope it's all working. Because the angles are not working. Hopefully that will be sorted in a sec, though. We're going to play some Motor City when the streaming things behave. Look at that. That's no kind of angle to look at things, is it? Here we go. We're going to have some proper, lovely car. Well, I was going to say dealership. It's not a dealership, is it? Car manufacturer shenanigans. Have some more next week as well when we play Kanban. I think, yeah, we don't need to be zoomed in on that board, do we? So if my buttons work, we should be good to go. Do you work? There we go. It works eventually. Might not work as the seconds count down right before the stream, but just about in time, isn't it? My big head's going to get in the way of that red dice, isn't it? It'll be all right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Motor City. I'm coming through. Brilliant. Hey, John. Hey, James. How's it going? So this has just about been delivered a few weeks ago from Kickstarter. I imagine that it's about to come out and retail, if not already out there. It's a roll and write game in a series. It's the third in a series that is started with Fleet the Dice game, and which I still haven't played. I still need to. Well, I say get to. I need to get at some point. Whenever I manage to look for it, it's out of stock because it's very popular. And Three Sisters, which we did do a playthrough for when that came out. So this is the third in that series. I think they're gearing up for another one as well. So they're all Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback. And then this one is also designed by Adam Hill, who I think designed the little expansion for Three Sisters that came with it. So there are a couple of extra things that came in the Kickstarter pack. I'm not using those. This is just the standard game. It's the solo mode of it, but it's the standard game. Marty is, maybe he'll join us, but at the moment, he is in the doorway. I think Rach is on the phone downstairs, so he's not getting the attention he wants down there. So he's come up here, but he's not crossing the threshold yet. He's not willing to come into the room or into his paddock so he can be on the camera. Hey Chester, hey Shoutpot. Hopefully he'll come and join us. Let's go, shall we? So what we are going to be doing in here is all sorts of things with cars. We are going to be, well, there is a bit of a dealership over here. We're selling cars, aren't we? But we are testing various cars on these test track. We've got engineers going up their own tracks. We have got production that's going to spit cars out. We've got a shop that might stock some nice things for us. And it's done through dice drafting. So in the solo game, we are playing against Emma, our solo opponents. There is a little player aid that comes with the game that reminds you of the things that Emma does and the general structure of the game. So what we do at the very start, I need to, before we mark anything off, so for visibility, I'm thinking we go with a marker, but yeah, that's going to get right in the way of the inevitable take-backs, isn't it? Maybe we'll do Emma's things in marker because, yeah, they aren't really based on... Can't make mistakes with those, really. So what we need to do at the start of the game is gain an engineer. So we colour in one of these meeples, and that's the engineering track we're allowed to use, unless we unlock more. We can unlock more at the shop and on the testing tracks. And we also need to choose a testing track that we are going to go around. There are different bonuses available in the different tracks. Some are longer, so the last space there are always some lovely points. You pick the massive track, it's going to take you ages. But you've got the option of more and potentially better rewards depending on what you want there, because there's all sorts of interlinking things, as you can imagine. The production track will rely on things from the engineering and the testing tracks before you can get their big points things. So I kind of think, what if we went for, I really like this track. This track upgrades your engineers. You're always going to be at the mercy of what the dice give you. But I think I'm going to take this as a starting engineer. Let's just see how it goes. As an AI opponent, Emma is getting in the way, taking dice away, but also messing with our sheet in a similar way to three sisters, but potentially I think a more destructive way. Let's start on that testing track, because if we do some engineering, I'd like an extra engineer. I think that's a decent place to start with. Oh, thanks, James. The robot's working. Hey, Matt. How's it going? Yes, if you would like to support the channel, there are ways to do it. Link in the description and in the chat. Thanks, bot. There's Patreon and Ko-fi. Your support will be massively appreciated, and is the reason I can do this. And hey, it'll be great to do it more. So this red die starts on blank. This is going to be part of the decision-making process of Emma. The other dice we've got are based on the difficulty that we want to play. So I am playing on beginner difficulty. You basically put in more and more dice that are going to allow Emma to cross off more and more and more things. So when a grey die comes up, she's generally going to cross one thing off. When a white die comes up, she's going to cross two things off. If a blue die comes up, it's going to cross three things off. You can, a lot of the time, control that if you see she's going to take a really good die that's going to cross a lot of things off your sheet, if you're bothered about those things, maybe you need to do something about those dice. So we roll all of the dice. At the very start, we don't roll that red one. So the red one is going to restrict actions that we can take from time to time. This black one can just go off to the side now. That is going to be a decision-making die for Emma. As for all of the other ones, we put them according to the column that they're in. So the face we've rolled is the column that they're in, and the colour of the die is the row that they're in. So we just pop them where they belong on the grid. Blues at the bottom, greys at the top. And they correspond to different bonuses and things that we can get. Hey Forrest, is this a one-time playthrough? I don't know. We might get to do it a couple of times actually. We'll see how long one takes, because it's it's obviously a lot quicker in real life. But we might be able to do a couple. Maybe step up the difficulty for the second one if I win. If not, I'll storm off in a huff. Well, I think generally we'll win. It's based on your score anyway. There's a table in the rulebook that's based on things. But you can play this game multiple times. There's, I think, 50 sheets in the pad. So yeah, it's going to change based on what the dice do. The difficulty you've chosen will affect which dice are available. And where you started on your testing and engineering tracks will make a difference as well. So there are going to be 8 rounds. In the odd-numbered rounds, we're first. In the even-numbered rounds, Emma is first and is going to take dice before us. So, what do I want to take? We can think a little bit about Emma. On her turn, she is going to start from the column that the red die is in. And she's going to go from top to bottom and find a die. If she finds one, she'll stop, she'll take that, and she'll cross some things off our sheet. There's nothing there. So the first thing she's going to take is a testing action. So she will cross something off one of our testing tracks. I know that when she rolls a high number, it's going to be the rightmost one, basically. So it can say, like, she's going to cross off the last 1, 2, or 3 spaces on the rightmost testing track. Because we've rolled a 6, it's going to be the rightmost one. Because it's grey, she's only going to cross one thing off. So it basically means we wouldn't be able to get those 3 points. I haven't started on that track, and it's only 3 points, so I'm kind of happy to leave that there. So I think to start off with, it would be nice to try and get some money, but we haven't really started off with a great deal of money just yet. We could get a little bit with some sales. But I think let's do some engineering. Let's show off some engineering. So when you take a die from this board, there are a few things that happen. First thing is, you get the bonus of the space it was in. So the downside of this column is, there's no bonus on that board. But the die that I'm taking, it's got a research bonus. When we go to the research section of the board, down here, you cross off from left to right. The square boxes get you nothing, but every third one is a circle. It's either going to give you a free action, or you will get to spend at the shop. That means you can take one of these one-off bonuses. Get a new engineer, get 2 TPS reports, and go up on your speedometer on your other sheet. Speedometer points come every round, so they're good to get in early if you can get them. We've got 1 research point there. Then we get a bonus based on the die. We can either take the action of the die, So it's going to relate to one of these, usually. And we would get to take that action. The number of things you get to cross off is based on the strength of your action, which you can upgrade throughout the game. That's the second option. I could choose to not take this action, but I could upgrade that action instead. It is a bit pricey, especially when you've got no money. So money will be tracked on this track. When we trace around the circles here, that means we've got that money. When we fill in the circle, that means we've spent it. So to upgrade any action, it's 5 money for the first upgrade, 7 for the second upgrade. So we're a ways away from choosing that option. Your other option is you can disregard the die that you took and take a research instead. I am going to take the engineering action though for now. So an engineering action, we've got 1 point. We can go up 1 space from bottom to top of one of the engineering tracks that I've got access to. Right now, that is just going to be that one. And then the last thing that you do is place the die that you drafted on one of these available action spaces. At the start of the game, we've got all of them available. From time to time, these I can't remember what the token is called. There is like it's not a coffee break, is it an audit? A token will block off one of these 3. Yes, it's an audit marker. Will block off one of these 3, potentially, depending on what we roll. So we might not have access to it. So the face of the die determined what we could do, the extra action we could take, the upgrade we could do as a kind of bonus. The actual action we choose to take is just where we put the die, so it doesn't have to match with the face that we drafted. So we could choose to do engineering again. We could choose production and try and go up this track a bit. We could choose sales and get a bit of money. We could choose testing and go along our test tracks a little bit. So we could make a start on production. That would give us some money. I'd really like to upgrade engineering because this action here, this space when we cross it off, lets you upgrade engineering for free. So wouldn't it be nice if we'd already done the one that costs 5 money and we could get the one that costs 7 money for free instead? You know what I mean? How could we get a lot of money though? Different tracks. Going along the car testing is a one as well. But we only move 1 space at a time on any of the things at the moment. So it'd be nice to get a load more. I think, what if we pop that on production for now? So production, you fill in a space branching off from a space you've already filled in. Right at the start, you've got this arrow. And that's going to give me a money. So I can go to my other sheet and circle one of these dollars to show that I've got that available to me now. So the next production space I get has to be this one, but from then we can branch off. So there are various actions, upgrades, bonuses all through the spaces in between these hubs, but the hubs themselves can give you points. Once you have gone to that space, you will outline it, and then you have to fulfill the conditions inside it to fill in this dot and get the bonus in the corner. So it might be cross off a space on your speedometer. It might just be straight up points. There's similar things with the hubs on the engineering as well. You've got to actually do an engineering action that traces around the space and fulfill the conditions inside, which is usually it's TPS reports, and they'll give you points at the end for having done various things. So that's what I've done with this action. I had a research bonus because that's on the space that the die was in. I took an engineering action because that was on my die, rather than upgrade the engineering action or take a research action. And then I chose to place it on the production and have a little production action as well. Emma now, we already know what she's going to take. We've already thought about that. So she is going to take this car, and we know exactly what she's going to do. Because we rolled a 6 on this die, she is going to cross off the rightmost space of my rightmost testing track. So the last space of it, basically. She works backwards from tracks. She crosses off the best spaces first, potentially making them worthless. So we are never going to get these 3 points. They're gone. Crosses off 1 space because it was a grey die. So now I've got a choice again. If I leave this out, she's going to cross off a bonus on my sales sheet, if we have a look at where we store the money, when you've got a certain amount of money, not all in one go, when you've circled that many spaces, you will get various bonuses. So with a 6, that means that Emma is going to cross off this bonus. Now, I think this is the only... Yeah, for testing and engineering, she crosses off a number based on, and speedometer, based on the colour of the die. For sales and production, she just crosses off one of the things, because it's a pretty big thing. You know, if she got to cross off 3 things in this, you haven't got that many, I imagine is the reason. So because she's rolled a 6, though, it's going to be right at the bottom there. I would never be able to get those 4 points if I leave that in there. If I take it, what's the bonus on the space? I would get to cross off 1 testing space. I would get a sales action, which is get $1 at the moment. And then I could put this somewhere. So I could get another $2. It's not really going to help me upgrade engineering this quickly, is it? Maybe we should take this as the free upgrade and worry about the second one later on. I don't know how I'll get a real ton of money. Unless we did do a bit of car production. So if she's allowed to go there, she will cross off one of my production hubs. But that might not be a terrible thing. We're not going to get to all of them anyway. Yeah, let's... For now, it's only round 1. Let's take this. So the bonus on the space before anything else. I get 1 car testing point. So we can cross off... I've only got this 1 testing track available to me. It has to be the first spot where the arrow is going. So I have gone to this space, basically. There's no bonus on it yet, but the next time there will be. Because I've got the sales die, I can choose to take the sales action, so get a money. I could choose to upgrade the sales action, but I can't afford that. I haven't got 5. Or I could get a research point. I think I do like research points. But having some money would be nice as well. So there's 2 money. And where do I want to put it, though? So I do want the sales action. I think I'm going to pop it on testing, because the next space along can get me an engineer. And I think I'm going to go in this next space along, because you don't have to stick to the 1 track. We could be lovely engineer-focused engineers. What about that? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, so Emma, we know he's going to take this die. It's the first one along. She goes from top to bottom, column to column. So she's going to take this. It's in the production section. There is a 6 rolled on the black die. So that means she's going to cross off the bonus in one of the 3 rightmost production hubs. Here we go. We've got to choose one of these to lose. It's up to us. So these hubs require parts. So the tyres will come from testing tracks. The B testing track is the one we're moving along. It's right at the end of it, but it is on there. And these can come from engineering tracks. I think the B does come from... Yeah, the B's here, this space on the engineering track. So get almost to the end of the second testing track, get to there on the engineering track, and get a TPS report, and get here with a load of production actions, and 8 points can be yours. This wants us to have a TPS report, the A tyre, and a certification. There are some endgame points things that we can earn from various spaces. I think there's 1 opportunity for that on engineering, and there is 1 on the testing track as well that you could potentially earn. And this one here, same as this, but it wants C parts. So since, I don't know, the C part is on the testing track that I'm on as well. The C part and the B tyre. So maybe we cross this one off. So it's basically, we can still go in that space. Like if we needed to, you could go in there for kind of linking and get into another space. But the bonus, the 6 points, if you were to complete this, are not available. That's what Emma's taken away. So we've had 2 turns each, and this is similar to what happens in the multiplayer game, but Emma doesn't take this. We are going to choose this final die. You don't get the bonus on the space, you don't get to place it on your board or anything like that, but you do get to either take an engineering action, upgrade an engineering action, or you can take a research action. RH. So I think we are going to take an engineering action, and we're going to take this one here that gives us 3 money. That's the 5 for the upgrade. 1, 2, 3. I've reached a research space, so I can cross off a research there. The next research is going to get us a free action, or we'll get something from the shop. I'm quite happy with that. Emma doesn't do anything with that final die. The end of the round, we tot up our score. I don't think I've really shown the speedometer yet. So after you've got a couple of spaces, your speedometer's on 1. You will earn a point at the end of every round, all the way up to 11 lovely points. And Emma can cross off spaces, limiting your potential on this speedometer. For round 1, we have scored a grand total of 0 points. So we're doing well, but we're laying groundwork. Now, we need to grab all of the dice together, including the red die this time, the audit die, because an action might not be available to us this time. I hope it's not engineering. That's kind of what I've pivoted towards. This one, as you might guess, means re-roll it. So it's on blank again. So it stays there, and we do not lose... You don't lose an action, but you can't place a die on that space as that action this round. So the choice die is on 4. And then this space here, it's your choice, basically, of any of the 4 things. So just line these up. We've got some production. That's lovely. So Emma goes first in even rounds. There's nothing we can do about this. So she's going to cross off. It's a white die, so it's going to be 2 spaces. 4 means the middle track, I think. Testing, cross off the last 2 spaces on the middle testing track. That's unfortunate for us because... Oh, maybe made a poor decision here. I didn't know that was going to come out. And that the red die was going to make her take that choice. So the 7 points at the end of this track, no longer available. The B tyre, no longer available. So over on the production, maybe we should have crossed out the bonus for this. But I didn't know that was going to happen. We know in the future, though, if we have to cross out a bonus on production, maybe this one, because it's impossible to get anyway now. If Emma would cross something off and you've already earned it, she just doesn't cross anything off. She doesn't make you lose things you've already earned. So over here, she would cross off a bonus on the sales track, which I think is kind of okay. So I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this engineering die. It is kind of safe, isn't it? Should take that away. We should get rid of a production bonus. Yeah, I'm going to take this. So, this is going to, first of all, give us a research. When you earn bonuses, you need to take them. So we can have a free action, or we can spend at the shop. So we could get 2 TPS reports, another engineer, a speedometer. Another engineer would be kind of nice. I'm going to go for another engineer. So we can potentially earn 1 more than this. I'm going to go on this left track. I want long tracks if we're doing a lot of engineering. Okay, happy with that. So we've had the bonus from the space. The bonus from the die, I've now earned 5 money. So I'm going to take, by filling in these circles, I'm spending that 5 money. Instead of taking an engineering action, I am going to upgrade the engineering action. So we've now got 2 dots on there. Anytime we get engineering actions, whether it's from the die itself, whether it's from a space giving us engineering actions like on this testing track, whenever that happens, you cross off as many spaces as you have dots under here. So I've chosen to upgrade with my dice face bonus, and I think I'm tempted to just pop it on engineering as my action now, because anytime you're doing one of these things, you've got to go up the same track with all of your action points, which is fine by me because I'm going to go here and grab another research, and I'm going to go here and upgrade my engineering action for free. So now whenever I do some engineering, I get 3 lovely spaces on it. TPS reports are from Office Space. There is also, for little references, one of the Kickstarter things is the Bob's expansion. This expansion asks the important question, what would you say you do here? I don't know if there's any more little hidden ones. This is the certification expansion. But yeah, I don't know if anything... I didn't notice any Mr. Lumbergh references or anything in there, but there might be a few that I haven't spotted yet. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where the TPS reports are coming from. Right. So Emma's choice then is going to be the sales. She's rolled a 4, so it's going to come from the middle row. The colour of the die, though, doesn't make her cross off more things. That's basically going to mean... Hi, Rach. James says hi.
Hi.
I don't know if they might pick that up. We basically can't earn those 2 points. Even if we earn a load of money, that bonus is gone. But she hasn't done terrible things to us yet. That's a bit annoying on that track, but it could have been worse. So now, if we leave this die... Oh, actually, Emma's not going to do another thing, so we're safe from Emma. So we basically can do a full thing with a die. And then we've got one thing left. I suppose the bonus that I want more. So that would be an engineering space. I get a lot of those just anyway. Money, and I could make this face be engineering. It can be any of the 4 that I want. I don't need to upgrade it anymore, so I can just get 3 lovely engineering spaces. And we could try and get to upgrade more stuff. And then I'd have to choose something else as the main action. I'm okay with that. So I'm going to get a money for choosing a die from this space. So we've now got $1 again. I'm going to say that it's engineering and cross off 3 spaces somewhere. Do you know what? We're going to keep going up this track. 1, 2. So this is do a testing action for free. I get power 1 on the testing action. So that's going to be another $2. So we've suddenly got 3 again. There are a couple more things you can spend money on. You can pay $4 to ignore the audit die. So stop it blocking one of your action spaces for the round in case you really want it to do something. And you can buy a new testing car for $8. So we might want that if we do some good testing. And then I think we've got one more space on this engineering track to do, and we're all caught up. So popping the die down on one of these spaces. What do I want? With one more testing, we could have a research. One more sales, we just have another $1, which is always nice, isn't it? Production. We do need to get moving on it at some point. I would just like some more money. I think move along the testing and we'll get a research. So right next to another research, a TPS report. So the final thing left, we ignore the bonus on the space and everything. We can do something with production. I can't afford an upgrade. I've got $3. So I could either take a research and have a free action. Or we could just move one space on the production. It'd be nice to do the production at some point. But do you know what? If I just took this as research, I would get a free action or spend something at the shop. I'm going to take the free action and I'm going to do engineering again because this gets me $2. We've now got 5 and we can afford to upgrade something next time. Or we're pretty close to being able to get another car. This gets me something on the speedometer. I don't think it gets me a point yet, but the next space will be a point. The next 3 spaces are all an extra point at the end of every round. And then the final space, it's not a bonus yet, but we can trace around it. Kind of make sure it's being picked up nicely on camera. So the 2 steps to get this bonus. You've got to get up there with engineering. And I need 2 TPS reports. And then at the end of the game, I get... Is it 2 points or 3 points? I think it's 2 points. For every research bonus I've had, basically. Every circle we've crossed off on the research track is worth 2 points. We already had 2. Hopefully we can get a load more. I feel like that was a good round. Points at the end of it, still none. But we're getting closer. We've upgraded the engineering action. I feel like that's good. Let's have a roll again. So reroll the audit die again. Is it going to block? Oh, it's blocking engineering off. That's a bit of a pain. So the audit die, I can't choose to pop a die there to have a engineering action normally. And we haven't actually rolled it. That's a bit unfortunate. And Emma's decision making is going to start from this column now. For this round anyway. So a lot of testing action, which unfortunately I haven't upgraded. Black die's on 6. Okay. So it's odd numbers, so I will start. I could just leave those there, so Emma will just cross one space each off. It's a 6, so it's going to be this testing track. It is $2 for having that one, though. I think I do want the blue one, because this is 2 TPS reports. That's the 2 I need for this. I've locked that bonus in then. I think, yeah, let's do that. So the bonus on the space is 2 TPS reports. Since there's so many testing things, maybe I don't want the bonus action right now. I want to spend my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have I had that bonus engineering? I don't think I have. For getting to that space. Where would I have gone? There. So I've still got $1. So the upgrade is going to be on testing, which it has to be because that's the die that I've got in my hand. And then maybe we should just do testing. Sales is still just $1. Production is just 1 space on there, but testing is 2 spaces here. That's another research. First towards another bonus. And a TPS report. We're going up this track now. This is points for every certification. This is points for every production hub that you've... Is it just that you've outlined? I don't think you need to have gotten the bonus. That's its own kind of thing. 2 points per production hub. Max 16. So I think it's just for outlining the hubs. Or we could put them on the hubs themselves. We're close to C there. It's just that's miles away. We're close to getting B. That's miles away. A is here. We'd need a new car though, and I've got no money. So it's probably not coming anytime soon. D is that track. So yeah, there's a lot of production to go before we get any of this stuff. So B, we've lost the tyre for, haven't we? Let's go for C then. We're close to getting that. Let's put the TPS report on the C space. Cross that off. So we've still got to get a C tyre, which is there. The C parts, which is there. I've got the TPS report though. And then we've got to get there with production. We're a ways off, basically. That's a pretty nice action though, I think. Emma is going to take, oh yeah, because there's nothing here, there's nothing here. It loops around and she's going to take this grey die. So it's grey, she's going to cross 1 space off. It's a 6, it's going to be the rightmost testing track. So she's unfortunately going to cross off this free engineering action. We can't get that anymore. Okay, so maybe I want to leave that again because that's just a blank space that she would cross off. If we just leave that there. So do I want 2 TPS reports, a free production? So I've got no money again. There's no way to change it and do engineering. We could ignore both dice bonuses, I suppose, and go for research. But we'll get engineering eventually, won't we? Hopefully next round. Any way of getting a speedometer quickly? So this is a bonus on one of the dice faces. We just haven't rolled it yet. I think a bit more testing wouldn't be a bad thing. We'd get a couple of dollars. We'd get that C part locked in. Yeah, let's go for it. So the bonus here is a production space. It's got to be this one for now. It's the next one along. And then I'll take the testing bonus, which is going to be the C part. So we've got that. And then $2 more. So I've got 3 now. Could maybe upgrade one of these actions in the near future. And then do I want a sales or a production? Well, do you know what? If I get enough dollars... No, we need to work on production, don't we? $2 more is a speedometer, and then we start earning some points. I don't think I can get those dollars from that action. Now, let's go for production. We need to get moving. This is a free upgrade as well, this space. Any upgrade. Okay, every time I say TPS report. So we know Emma's taking that, and she crosses off the last space on the rightmost track because it's what she did last time. So the track branches here, the rightmost one. So when I'm going along it, I choose one of the branches. You can only take one of them. It's similar for Emma. Emma is going to take one of the branches away. So I think if we want this C part, which we've kind of locked ourselves into, we're not as worried about her taking things from this track, because she can take 2 more basically without locking me out of this track. Maybe I need to save my money getting that car and start speeding along that track then, because yeah, we could be in trouble there. So last bonus, we are going to get to do a production action. Can't afford to upgrade it, so we can either do a production action or we can get a research. Let's keep moving towards it. We've nearly got an upgrade there. I think that's all right. So end of the round, still 0 points. And roll everything. What have we got? Oh, we've got a speedometer die. So the audit die still blocking off my engineering action, unfortunately. We can pay 4 to ignore that, but pricey, isn't it? There you go there, and we've got a 2. So when the die is any of the 4 actions, Emma chooses it as if it was this die. So unfortunately for me, I've got no control over this, because she is first in an even round. So that's going to be one of the leftmost tracks. It's grey, so it's just 1 space. Because it's a 1 or a 2, it is one of the 2 leftmost engineering tracks. Well, I wasn't planning on going up this one, which is a bit of a shame because it's one that gets you a certification. So I either cross off the one that gets you a certification or the one I'm going up that gives you points for certifications. Let's cross this one off. Maybe we were never going to go up it. That's a certification loss, which is a shame because the certifications are quite nice. It's take any of the 4 actions as if it was level 3, even if you haven't got level 3, and go up the speedometer, or 5 points, or circle any production hub, even if you're nowhere near it. Or this is unspent money, every 2 is worth a point at the end, rather than the usual, every 5 is worth a point. So we've lost one of the potential 2 certifications, because I think the only other 2 spaces that have got one are on this track, and you can only go down one of the branches. So we know she's going to do that again if we leave that die there. If we take it, she's going to cross off 3 spaces on the speedometer, which admittedly we haven't gone up yet, so that might not be a terrible thing. I could take that. There's no bonus on here. I would get to go up the speedometer a space, and then I can choose one of my normal actions. We need some money, don't we? Yeah, that leads me towards this. I don't want to leave a blue die for Emma, but I think we'll get the money from here. So what's that putting me on? 4. I can take any of the actions. I think I want engineering as the die face. So I'm going to go up 1. That's a research. 1 away from a bonus. 2 is nothing. 3 is the B part, which is still open, but we can't actually have the B tire anymore, can we? It's working my way towards the free testing upgrade is what I wanted. So I want money, but I think if we go for production here, well, we can get production next time. There's 2 more production dice. Yeah, let's go for... So there's not really any more testing to do until we buy another car. Can't go on engineering. And there's 2 more production dice left. So I think we'll go for sales, which at the moment just gets us 1 point. But we've crossed off another speedometer bonus, which is finally, we're going to get 1 point at the end of every other round. So that's earned us like 5 points, isn't it? Emma, nothing here is going to come and cross off something from our speedometer. It's blue, so she's going to cross off 3 spaces from the right. So can't go to the 10-point space or the 11 anymore. Finally, though, we've got a production. So we've got 2 more TPS reports here. I kind of feel like we're heading straight for this bonus here. All that wants is to have those TPS reports. So I think I'm going to have them there. Just got to circle that now and we'll be okay. So that's the bonus. On the die, I could upgrade the production action, but I'm saving up for a testing car, aren't I? So I think we have the production action. and get a free upgrade. If we upgrade the production action, though... No, we need money. It's tempting because I could just put it there and have 2 more, and then there's another production die and I could get another one. No, we're going to... We're going to upgrade... I want to upgrade testing so much. It'd be 2 fully upgraded actions. And then we could afford these at some point later, couldn't we? Let's upgrade production. Not happy about it. Well, let's put that there. Because that's 2 more spaces on production. 1, 2. That's another research, so that's a bonus. We can have a free action. Oh yeah, we don't want that. That's actually the best thing to do. Because we get an engineering action, which is 1, get a testing upgrade. 2, 3. They have to all be on the same track. That's another speedometer. So that's 2 points at the end of the round now. Because I had a free action, I chose to do an engineering action. And we're nearly at the top of this. There's some points, I suppose. Another money, maybe? Just 1 die left, so we don't take the bonus on the board. We just choose the die. I don't want to spend the money, and it would D7 to upgrade the production action anyway now. So we're just going to take a production action, which is 2 more spots. And I think... I do just want to go to it so we can try and lock in the bonus soon. It's 3 spaces away, and I've got 2 movement here. Although I do just want to run over and get some money as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go get some money. We'll branch off a bit. Are we going near D or F or anything? F's up there. Maybe. Let's go down here. And get another money. So what have we got now? 6. We need 8 for a new testing car. That seems alright. Okay. So end of the round. We scored points this time. 2 points. Awkwardly written too. Give them a roll. See how we get on for round 5. So, we're starting from here. Production is blocked as a place to put the dice. And you go there. Grey sales. White's choice. White on there. We are in round 5, so it's my choice first. So if I leave that, Emma is going to cross off one of these bonuses, which is okay because we already can't do that one. So that would actually be okay to lose. I don't want to have this die. I think these are the 2 dice that I want. So which order do I want to do it in? Oh, that would be production again. So she would cross off 2 of those bonuses. She would cross off all of the bonuses. But if I leave this car die, she is going to cross off 3 spaces on this rightmost track again, and then I'll never be able to get anywhere near what I need. Is there a way of getting 2 money? Not really. So more production stuff, but we're a ways off. Engineering, we could get 1 from there. Need another engineer, but he's stuck on that track. As soon as we get the car, we could start zooming across this and get some money from that. Let's see, you've got a money. Yeah, we will go for the money from the space. I'll take this as a sales icon, so we'll get a money. We've now got 8. I'm going to spend 8. To get a new car. And we could just pop it on testing. Yeah, let's do 3 spaces. because we're fully upgraded. 1, 2 is a research. 3 is 2 money. So we've got 2 back. And this is cross off a space. Oh, on testing. So we could get the D part. It's kind of close. Well, there's useless. It's just nothing, isn't it? Getting that space. So yeah, go for the D part. Just need a TPS report and just a couple of production spaces and we'd be there. Emma's taking this, so she's going to cross off one of the 3 rightmost bonuses. She's already crossed one off, but we know that we can't get the B part. No, we've gained the B part. We can't get the B tire. So we can never get that bonus anyway. She is going to do it again in a minute. The other die I want is... Do I want that one? That is 2 TPS reports. That's a research, which is nice as well. So whichever one of these I take, Emma is going to take this one if I leave it. So we're safe from her crossing things off. Yeah, we could use the reports, couldn't we? 2 TPS reports. One there. So that's close on the production, isn't it? The other one. We're close to the F part there. Let's get a TPS report on that. So that one is fully done if we get to it, and that one. We need some production, but we've kind of blocked off. I didn't take it as production, did I? It'll be okay, I think. So the action on the die, we're going to do some testing. 3 more spaces. 1, 2. That's 2 money. And then 3 is another TPS report. Oh. Well, let's see. We're almost here, but I don't know if this is going to... We're close to getting a certification. It'll get us 3 points at the end. This one here, production hubs. We might get a lot, but we might never get all the way up here. Let's go for it. TPS report there. Okay, that's that taken away. Emma takes this as if it was a production icon. And it's still a 5, so she's going to cross off another rightmost bonus. So she crosses off my last one. Oh, I'll just put a TPS report on there, I think. Yeah, I think I knew that was happening as well and still put a report there. Oh, well. Okay, last die that's left. Oh, I didn't put this on an action, did I? I've still got an action. So I could do 3 engineering spaces. I could do a sales action is just money, isn't it? So engineering. 3 spots. Let's work on this track then. 1, 2, 3. It's the F part. So yeah, a load of production spaces, but they're not locked in until I actually go to them and circle around them. Okay, end of the round. We get 2 points again. Emma's going first, so it could be dangerous. And let's see, cars. So testing is blocked off. And then what have we got? Emma is going from the testing first, so she takes this. She's going to cross off the rightmost 1 space because it's a grey die. On the leftmost track, so on a 1 or a 2, it's going to be the leftmost track. We can't have those 5 points. What do I want? She's going to cross off something from the top track, which is fine. She can't really take that away from me. And this would be a space from the top track, so I don't really have to worry about anything else that she takes away. Right here, a report and a money. Be kind of nice. A report, but I'd get to choose the... I do like engineering anyway, don't I? That's a research and the sales action. I would like money first, though, before we took that. But Emma will take it. You won't get a chance to. Because the money would let me upgrade the sales action. So you could take that. There's your other die. Maybe. Or that one. Yeah, take this. So a report and a money. Money out there. The report can go on here. We've got one of the 2. Let's get the other one. Engineering will take the action. So we'll go up here. 1, 2. That's a research. 1 more is a bonus. And then the third one we have got to the hub. And we've actually already put both reports in, so we can cross that off. We've got 3 points at the end of the game for every production hub that we've got, which at the moment is 0. We haven't actually reached any. But I think, as the dice placement, I'm going to pop that on production, and let's get to one now. So 4 points here. This one's 3 away. So let's lock one of these in. Go up the speedometer or 4 points. 4 points is more points, isn't it? Because we've only got 3 rounds left. Speedometer will still be good. I suppose this will still be 4 points in the future, and the speedometer won't be if you ignore it. We've got both the parts, and we've circled around it now, so that's worth some points. Emma, next one along for her is this. So sales, number 1 means she crosses off the last bonus on the top row of the sales track. It's too late. I've completed the top row of the sales track, so she doesn't get in the way there. So, let's see, a testing space would be a research. The bonus on sales would just be our money. But I could upgrade the sales action, actually. I could afford to upgrade the sales action. Or we could save up and try and get another car, because we're nearly finished with this track. Yeah, testing. So a free testing gets me a research, which is a bonus. So we can go up the speedometer, 2 TPS reports, or take a free action. I'm going to go for a free action. Should it be production? Yeah. Let's get our money and get closer to more things. We'll get our money from there. So that was research. Then sales. We could afford to upgrade the action, but I'm saving for a testing car. So we can either have a research or we can pop that on there for another money. I'll pop that on there for another money because another money's getting us another report. The A part is... Where is the A part? Oh, it's there. It's right there. The start of that track. That's potentially possible. E, if we get another engineer and go up that track, that's potentially possible as well. It's all potentially possible. So is this. We're only a couple of spots away from this. Let's go for the 4-point option. There we go. So what was that for? Oh, getting the money, yes. And we're putting it on the sales action? You don't have to. You could put it on the engineering action. Although that is the last engineering space that we could possibly do. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, if we do take the sales action as the place to put the die, we've got 8 money, and I'm just going to get it spent. On a new test car. I do want to get to this C part before it runs away. So the final die, we don't get the bonus on the space, but we can say that it's any face. It tends to go for testing, isn't it? 3 spots along. In production, we will kind of lock in something, won't we? We don't really have to worry about the C tyre being gone because we've lost that bonus now. This gives you points for all the tyres that you got, but I don't know if that's even happening. Let's go for 1, 2, 3 on testing. Get the A part. We should need a report there and get up, and that's another speedometer. Maybe getting a bit late for that, but we're close to getting another engineer, and we could get some stuff from some tracks maybe. So that's 2 more points at the end of the round. We're into round 7. And let's have a look. Reroll the audit die. And it's on sales. So we've got a 3 on there. It's round 7, so it's my choice. Can't pop the die on sales. And we've got a lot of sales opportunities, it looks like. You there and you there. Okay then, so Emma's first choice is going to be this one if I leave it. Which is okay, actually. It means I probably want to take this one away. So, it's not come up yet. The potential to have this lovely $3, I don't think. What do I want the most? Engineering, but I'd kind of like the engineer first. Why don't we get... production. So we get 2 TPS reports. One can go there. The other one... up here, why not? We'll hopefully get a certification. And then... the production bonus, I will have production from the die. Where's the E part? There. We're close to getting an engineer. Let's lock that space in. I know we haven't actually earned it yet, but I just don't want it to be taken away if that's potentially possible in the next couple of rounds. If you've already traced it, she can't take it away from you. And then we will pop it on testing and get 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Got another TPS report. Got the A tire, which is over here. That's ancient, lost. But another engineer. We could maybe go up this track. We could still get the E part, couldn't we? That was the plan, I think. Do some engineering. Okay, Emma's taking this away. So it's a 3. It's going to be the rightmost bonus on the middle track, which there's a third certification possibility. She was going to take something away from that anyway, though. There were 2 dice with it on, and it was her first choice. So we're not going to get the chance to get that certification, unfortunately. Which means if we do leave this, there's nothing to lose, basically. And we could have a couple of engineerings. We could just leave her to that. Because we've had the other bonus that's in the middle. So I think let's go for the research. Try and get all these bonuses. They're worth a couple of points each, as well as being really powerful things. We'll take engineering as the action, because now we can go up this track. This track's still okay. We might get 1 certification. But this track here is $1 and another research and upgrade your production action. That's on 3 now. And I think I'm just going to put the die there. And have a production action. 1, 2, 3. We've already put the reports on this space, so that's going to be a lovely speedometer bonus. Emma takes this away, gets a bonus off the middle, but it's already been taken. So leaves me with an engineering bonus, which I'm fine with. 3 spots. Let's get this E part. 1, 2, and another research. So there's the E part. That is fulfilled, and I've got 4 points locked in. But I also get a research, which is a free action. And I think we're going to have... since the C part doesn't matter, maybe we should have testing. Production is very nice as well. Now for production, for all the other things that we get, like if you're getting stuff on the engineering tracks or the testing tracks, it's got to go in the same track. If it's on production, I think you've just got to be adjacent, right? Fill any space that's adjacent. I don't think you've got to put all the ones that you're writing down adjacent to each other. Because 3 production could be nice. No, we're going on testing. So this track here, we don't care about this C part anymore because we've lost the bonus. So let's duck down this bit. We can get a speedometer here. And we can get a certification. So we can circle any production hub. Every 2 money at the end is a point instead of every 5. Take any action as if we had value 3. and get a speedometer. It's the only certification we're getting. I'm tempted to get the 5 points, you know. Just because it's the only one. Yeah. I was thinking take another action. So we go up the speedometer here, and we could take a production action, get another speedometer there. And that would be like another 4 points by the end. And it's another one on here. Actually, that might end up being worth more points because we get points for circled production hubs, don't we? Yeah, so a speedometer for this bonus, and take any action as if you had value 3. We'll do production. And... oh, whoops. Yeah, let's go for the ones that we've actually earned. 1, 2. So we've actually earned that and get the speedometer. 3. Can't, unfortunately, quite reach that one just yet. But at the end of the round, we are now on 5 points. And we'll get another 5 next time, even if we don't earn anything. Okay, then. Emma's first choice in the final round. So what have we got here? She's starting from there. Oh, we've got some speedometer dice. We haven't really had many this game, have we? A few this round. Okay, so her first choice. Oh, dear. So that's going to be 3 spaces because it's a blue die. Because it's a 4, it's going to be either of the 2 middle engineering spaces. That's actually not terrible because she is crossing 3 spaces off, but she can cross off 3 spaces on this track that I was never going to go up. And then I've not lost anything. Because I've earned all the engineers it's possible to earn. So that track was locked off to me anyway, at this point in the game. So, speedometer bonus is the last one that I want, really. We're going to have to take it at some point. So this one here, this gets us production movements. Yeah, let's take this. Production movement, we can have this, can't we? And go up the speedometer again. Then testing. Well, there's no point. Well, we could have research, couldn't we? So we can either get 3 money and a sales action, which is just going to be another money. So 4 money. That would give us a point ultimately, but I think getting closer to a research action, ignore this and have a research action instead. And then you can maybe get the money in different ways. Go for a production action. We can't actually get to another hub with 3 points, can we? What if I just go here? That's a research. 2, 3. That's a research. We've got a free action. Or we could spend at the shop. We could have 2 TPS reports or another speedometer. But I think a free action. We've got speedometers available here. Could we get TPS reports somehow? So every one of these hubs is 2 points, isn't it? Yeah, let's go 1, 2. I'm going to take a bonus action. It's going to be production. I didn't say that. 3. Close to another one there. I don't know how I'm going to get production again, though. Now that I've crossed all of that off. Maybe a bad decision. Speedometer, it's just a grey. So she's going to cross off me rightmost grey one. Oh, the production slot should be blocked. Thanks, Dice Spec. Oh, well. It hasn't... that's probably a good thing to... The rules forcing me to cross that out is probably a good thing because it's an action that gained me nothing. Yeah, I didn't move the audit mug, did I? There's surely something better to be doing. Oh, I gained 3, didn't I? And gained the 2 research from the action. But then I took a bonus on there. Yeah, that's what I did. We can take that back. That's okay. That's why we use the erasable pen. Okay. So yeah, there's no way of doing a production thing at all, is there really? Unless we get research elsewhere. So there is putting it on testing. We get 4 money. Or engineering. I suppose engineering. Yeah, we ignored this to get a research, didn't we? And then we popped it on there and got 2 research. So I should be 2 research away. I guess engineering. Because we've unfortunately put the reports over here rather than here. Because that would be worth 4 points, this is only worth 3, and that would be $2, and this is only $1. But I think that's okay. It's still some money, isn't it? I thought I was going to get some more certifications, but I didn't. Okay, yeah, Emma takes that away, and because it's grey, she just crosses off the 1 space on the speedometer. So we can't get up to 9. I don't think we were going to. So the final thing, it makes absolutely no difference because there's no bonuses in this column. So we will take a speedometer bonus on the die. I suppose you could ignore it and have the research. We only need 1 more research though. Yeah, speedometer's at least a point, isn't it? And then we can pop it on testing. It's just getting his money, isn't it? So there's nowhere to go on this testing track. There's nowhere to go on this one. So we're going to get sales, which is still just $1. That's something. 2, 3, 3 more dollars. Yeah, I think it's still better to do this than have the point for every $2. And finally, we've got another speedometer. So I think we should ignore this final one because it doesn't get us any more points to get a research, which will get us more points. And maybe we can do something with it that'll be worth points. I mean, we could have taken the shop actually and circled around this one. That maybe would have been the thing to do. I don't think the extra money would get us anything. It would be worth 1 more point. Production, though, if we can do a hub, I don't think we can do a hub with 3 spaces. We can. Yeah, let's take an extra production action. And so, this one here is 1, 2, 3 spaces away. 1, 2, 3 spaces away. We don't get the bonus for the actual hub, but this gives us bonus for hubs. Because the points were blocked off by Emma ages ago. And it gets us 1 more research, which is irrelevant because it's not near another bonus. So that is it. The end of the round, we are at 7 on the speedometer. So, points. On the testing track, we didn't get any of the points bonuses. On the sales track, we didn't get to the 4 points. This one was crossed off, but we do get a point for every 5 money. I think we're at 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 point either way. 1 point there. Production points, that should be a bit better. We did earn these 2, 4, 8. These were all unfortunately crossed off, so that's going to be 8 nice points, isn't it? And then over here on engineering, which I thought was going to be me, we did get quite far. We've done a lot of engineering spaces actually, haven't we, really? We've got 3 points for every certification. We got 1 certification, so 3 points. Didn't get this one. This is it 2 points? 2 points for every production hub. So we're already on 3. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. That's pretty good. And then 2 points for every research bonus. 17, 19, 21, 23, 25, 27. So biggest points by far, but I don't know that that's going to be a lot of points overall. Yeah, if we're doing engineering that much, I think we wanted this one. Wasted some TPS reports down here on things that we'd already lost. Could maybe have gotten to the top of engineering. I don't know though. Let's have a look. What did we get altogether? So that's 35, 36, 43, 48, 50, 52, 54, I think. Much worse than Milasco. So according to the table, what are we on here? End of the game, Monte Carlo, the car no one wants, but everyone has. I don't know what that means. Well, it's a brand of car, I assume. Yeah, not in the upper echelons. Milasco. It's over here because it was today. We got, oh, that's the wrong side of it. Didn't get as much money overall at all, but loads more testing. Loads, well, a bit more engineering. hardly any production. That ended up in 68 in the end. So I suppose not massively ahead. But yeah, I think Emma got a bit more effectively in the way. Got in the way of, like, you can do a lot of lovely production, but the big points bonuses at the end there were struck off earlier on. I suppose, like, maybe knowing that you'd want to put a bit more into sales, and then you could have pumped loads of money out, got more of these bonuses before they were crossed out, and then got some money from that. Money is every point at the end of the game. That kind of certification. Gone up that track and got that certification. But we did get some good stuff from going up the engineering tracks that we got, I think. Oh, it was a cheap, big American car. All right. But I think that's pretty decent. So yeah, that is like the beginner difficulty. So the difficulty levels just change the dice that are available in your pool. So they basically shift from having more grey and not a lot of everything else to having hardly anything else and having 3 blue dice. Remember that in a lot of the tracks, Emma gets to cross out 1 thing for taking a grey, 2 things for taking a white, and 3 things for taking a blue. Not on production and sales, but on all the other tracks, you cross off 3 spaces for taking blues, and there's a lot more blues on those higher difficulties. But yeah, not near the top end there. We didn't lose. We're getting 40 or above is a win. So yeah, we'll chalk that up. So there's a couple of things that came. I assume these will be available to get separately, some kind of promo pack. These things came with the Kickstarter pack. A certification expansion introduces unique new certifications that replace those on the score sheets. So each player gets their own unique set of certifications. So you would choose a set. So gain an engineer immediately. Fill the next 4 spaces on your research track. At the end of the game, get a point for every action you upgraded. That would have been pretty good for me. 2 points for every test car. That would have been the perfect certification track for me. Having said that, though, I only got 1 certification. You'd maybe focus on it more, though, if it was more tailored to you. Ignore the auditor permanently and get 2 points at the end of the game. Quite nice. So the Bob's expansion is the other one. So that's what the board is. This expansion asks the important question. What would you say you do here? It offers important new bonuses subject to the whims of the auditor. During setup, position the Bob's board next to the blueprint table and give each player a key token. When the auditor die is rolled, place it on the space that matches the rolled symbol. The 2 bonuses adjacent to that space are available for the following round. If a player triggers the available bonuses, they may place their key token on the matching space and gain that bonus once. So it's just a tracker. You only get the bonus once per round. So roll production here. So we would have, if you spend $8 to gain a new test car, you also get 2 spaces on the production track. If you upgrade an action by any means this turn, fill the next empty space on the speedometer. So not one that would get you any points, but one of these empty spaces. So could get you started, like early on, like in the first couple of rounds, that being there. Upgrade an action, you also get to skip that null space and get your speedometer going at the start. So just kind of like extra little twist, extra like differences to give the players at the start of the game, and also like some extra things to think about with the different bonuses that you can get based on what the auditor die rolled and kind of blocks you off from. So there we go. We've done 3 Sisters now. We've done Motor City. We'll get to Fleet the Dice game sooner or later, I imagine. I'll get hold of it one day. We'll play it. I hear great things. Is it still, like, fans of Fleet the Dice game, is it still your favourite? Having played the trilogy so far. I think there's another one getting added to it quite soon, right? But there we go. That is Motor City. So tomorrow, we're going to be live earlier afternoon stream for some Oranienburger Canal, the new Uwe Rosenberg game. We're going to be building a canal and some railways and stuff. That's going to be at 4 p.m. UK time, GMT. And then next week, so far it could change slightly. There's only like a vote or 2 in a load of the next options. But the last time I had a look yesterday, the next 2 kind of winning vote options were the Galerist and Kanban EV. So kind of thematically consistent. We'll be making cars on a production line on a grander scale, perhaps. Not a grander scale, but a more mind-bending scale. and probably getting sacked fairly quickly in Kanban EV, and hopefully having a relaxing art gallery kind of time in the Gallerist again, which is my favourite. For now, though, thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed Motor City. You can support the channel in these various ways. There's Patreon, there's Ko-fi, they're linked in the description. Your support is a massive help. It's the reason that I'm able to do this at all. And I will see you all tomorrow afternoon, I hope. For now, though, bye, 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 bye.